All right, so here is a quadratic for us to graph, and this one actually started off in factored form. So one thing to be aware of is that if you're in factored form to begin with, you don't get your y-intercept for free anymore. So just make sure that you remember the key to a y-intercept is always let x equal 0. And in this case, that actually makes the whole thing 0. So this graph happens to cross through the origin, which means its y-intercept is also one of its x-intercepts, which is totally legal. So remember that when you have this negative 2x as a factor, it contributes an x-intercept as well. To find the x-intercepts, we let y equal 0. So we're going to say, okay, this is what we're looking at. So either negative 2x has to equal 0 or x minus 3 has to equal 0, which means either x equals 0, which we've already found, or x equals 3. So our x-intercepts are at 0, 0, and 3, 0. Remember the whole premise of what is an x-intercept? An x-intercept is when we cross the x-axis, so y is 0. This is a really nice one. To find the vertex, I would just say if I cross the x-axis at 0 and 3, and we can even start putting this together. If I cross the x-axis at 0, 1, 2, 3, then the vertex has to be right smack in the middle. So I can see right there that it's going to be 1.5. If you have messy arithmetic at all, just remember you can add up the x-coordinates of the x-intercepts and divide by 2. So x equals 3/2. To find y, we're going to have to plug in, what was our function h? 3/2. And our function says we need to take negative 2 times our x, 3/2, times our x minus 3, right? That was our original function right here. I'm going to zoom out just a little so we still have that on the page. Which gives me, let's see, I can cancel out a 2, negative 3, 3 minus 6/2, 3/2 minus 6/2 is negative 3/2. Cancel some negatives and I get 9/2. So my vertex is at 3/2, 9/2. So 1.5, 4.5. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. 3/2, 9/2. If you have a grid and it's really obvious where your point is, it's okay if you don't label it. Like if it's right on 0, 0, and 3, 0, that's pretty obvious because it hits right on the tick mark. But for something like this where it's kind of in between, please label so that I can see where those key points are. I already decided, oh, I didn't say it out loud though. Okay, important. If we multiplied this out, we would get a negative 2x squared, which means our graph will open down. So I'm going to start from my vertex and I'm going to cross down through my x-intercept, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Start from my vertex and cross down, and that is what my parabola looks like. So I really like graphing from factored form. If you've got it in factored form, that means you have nice x-intercepts, which means you'll probably have a pretty nice vertex. And I think those are the quickest and easiest. So even if I start in standard form, I do generally try to factor it right away. Thanks for watching.